Pella Pass does not have the same magical attraction as its sister pass, Charles Pass, which is just a few kilometers away to the east. It's much easier to traverse and that a wide gravel road has been constructed, but the surface is riddled with severe corrugations, which makes for an extremely uncomfortable ride. The route connects the little settlement of Pella, where the water purification works on the banks of the Harip River, and for the entire length of the pass follows a pipeline which carries water from this plant to Pella and beyond. This pass can be driven in a normal 4x2 vehicle, but you will require some ground clearance. We filmed this pass from north to south. It starts near the water purification plant, then heads along a flat straight section towards the tall barren mountains directly in front of you. At the 500-meter mark, the road kinks to the left, then straightens out for 200 meters before you encounter a gentle S-bend, the road first turning left and then back to the right. There's a perceptible incline at this point, and the road climbs slowly up the side of the mountain, following the pipeline on the left. As you reach the top of this first false summit, the road turns to the right to ensure a right-angled crossing of the dry riverbed that has been tracking from the start of the pass. The pipeline disappears underground, then re-emerges on the opposite bank, but this time on the right-hand side. It would seem to be counterintuitive to expect to find a fairly major agricultural product in this arid region, but both Pella and Klein Pella, its tiny neighbor about 40 kilometers to the west, are substantial producers of dates. The date palm tree itself is an enigma. It thrives only in places with extreme temperatures, but at the same time requires large amounts of water. There's a short but very steep climb out of the riverbed, and traction issues are likely to be experienced here, mainly because of the severe corrugations. After the rise, the road dips down again, then swings to the right through 80 degrees. The scenery in this section improves dramatically, with the dry, barren rocky hills, which are not everyone's cup of tea, but they do have a stark beauty all of their own. A nearby farm known as Karsten Boerdery, a farm at Klein Pella, has approximately 14,000 date palms under irrigation on about 100 hectares of land. It can take anywhere from 5 to 7 years for the trees to mature, and the first crop is usually only about 8 to 10 kilograms per tree. After 12 years, the trees reach full maturity and can produce up to 100 kilograms of fruit in a single season. The road straightens out here and heads purposefully towards a small gap in the hills directly in front of you. The pipeline again disappears underground and the road drops down into the dry riverbed itself, this being the only way that you can negotiate the next section. The gradient increases and the road twists sinuously between the tall cliffs on either side, climbing steadily. The summit of the pass is reached at the point where the road emerges from the little canyon formed by the river, then the road straightens out and heads south. The end of the pass comes up at the 4.2 kilometer mark, just where the pipeline appears once more. Follow the road for another 2.7 kilometers until you arrive at an intersection, then turn left to get back to the town of Pella.